Hey everybody, this is Robin from the Ocean, and you're watching Loudwire. So I'm going to talk a little bit today about my musical upbringing, how I learned to play the guitar, and what were some of the riffs and bands that were important for me. Tom Morello's guitar playing, like he had that funk groove in his blood, and amazing guitarist. I was really looking up to him. The sounds he created with his instrument is just mind blowing. Really, really creative guitar playing. So I got really into that. The first Rage Against the Machine record. Another record that came out that year was. And that beat that comes in now, that double time that goes into the half time. That was another good example. Super groovy, super heavy at the same time, given the standards of the time. We're talking about Biohazard Urban Discipline. I didn't dig the whole tough guy, New York, Brooklyn war zone type of thing about their image and, the lyrics and everything. But I did like that record. And then there was another one that was another good, although very different example of a band with heaviness and groove, and that was Helmet in the Meantime. On one hand, simple enough for a stupid teenager with one finger to play, to figure out. On the other hand, yeah, like I said, somehow not your typical 4/4 always, like Turned Out, for example. You had to learn to count to 5 to get that riff. So that was record number 4 that came out in 1992 that had an impact on me. And number 5 was Sick of It All, Just Look Around. So I eventually went to see them live in what must have been early 1993. I went to Hamburg to see them play, and that gig literally changed my life. Like that energy and aggression combined with just an altogether very positive vibe. And I remember driving home from that gig. That was the first time when I really felt like I want to be in a band. I want to play music, not just be an idle like watcher at a gig. Like I want to be involved somehow, And at that time I had already had a guitar, a shitty no-name guitar, for a couple of weeks or months. And I was taking lessons from time to time, but my teacher was kind of like always trying to show me things that I didn't care much about. He was really into Maiden, and I hated Maiden for all of my life. What I did then was that I started figuring out Sick of It All songs by myself. Covered Refuse songs with my first bands, but we were just never anywhere near as good as them. And some of the, I guess you can find some things in the Ocean that remind you of that. The clean part in Tannhäuser Derivé, for example. Let's bring this city to life. that's something I do a lot. Just playing on the first two strings with one string ringing, and for example, chorus in Cambrian. So there you go. That's all refused. It's all stolen. But they were stealing from Riot Coalition and Born Against and Ornette Coleman, so it's nothing new under the sun. The same year, Neurosis released Times of Grace, and I was already into that band since Through Silver and Blood or even Enemy of the Sun, but I had never seen them live. And so when they played in Berlin, I drove to see them 3 hours with my old shitty Fiat Uno and a friend in deep winter. They started with this riff. The place went nuts, but not the way that, not in the friendly punk rock way, bumping into each other, just sheer aggression. I saw people beating other people on the head in front of them, and there was just this undescribable vibe of brutality in that room, and it was terrifying and at the same time deeply cathartic and cleansing. I was driving home from that gig through the night. I arrived at home at 6 a.m. after 3 hours of driving, and I was determined to start a band after seeing that show. So I owe that to Neurosis somehow. And there's lots of influences obviously on the Ocean's songwriting, and like Orosirian, for example. Things like that have definitely been influenced by Neurosis. Alright, I've been talking for way too long, so I'm going to shut up now and play some of my favorite Ocean riffs, which I guess is part of this program. So, let's see. The Origin of Species. When it goes into the that was always super fun to play live. I kind of want to play that track again at one point. What else? Another interesting riff is the first one in Silurian. That is a very odd time signature. I think it's a 13/16th phrase that repeats always in a different part in the bar over a straight 4/4 beat. So it sounds really complicated, but actually when you listen to it, it flows really smoothly. It goes like this. Good luck finding the one there. And then, of course, Firmament. It's also a bit of a tribute to Refused. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for bearing with me with my tour through the 90s. I hope you enjoyed it. And check out our new record when it drops on September 25th.